I want to give you hope for a turnaround. Many of us are familiar with the narrative that tells us that one of the thieves that was crucified with Jesus eventually came to saving faith in Christ. In Luke chapter 23, verse 42, that thief finally looks at Jesus and says, "Remember me when you come into your kingdom." So this thief acknowledges that even though this man is dying on a cross, he must be the true king. And this thief also believes that Jesus is going to go to his kingdom upon his death. And the thief wants to be there too. And we know what Jesus says. Jesus looks at him and says, "Today, this very day, you will be with me in paradise. You will be with me in my Father's presence in heaven." How beautiful. But I think there's a part to this that we often forget. And that is that the Gospel of Mark says in verse 32 of chapter 15 that in the hour of the crucifixion, even up till Jesus was almost yielding up his spirit, that those who were crucified with him also reviled him. So there was a turnaround of the one thief, but it wasn't until the very end. In his first segment of time on the cross, he also was mocking and reviling Jesus. But toward the end, we read that he became a preacher, kind of an evangelist, and was instructing the other thief that Jesus was dying innocently, while the two of them were dying for something that they had done wrong. And so we get the feeling that toward the very end, the repentant thief realized that Jesus is sinless God and that he was a sinner. There was a turnaround, but it was at the very end. We rejoice not only that that thief was saved, but that his salvation proves that people can be saved when you least expect it. They can go up to the very end of what you think is their life or their opportunity to be saved, and God can turn things around in them. So let's keep praying for those that we want to be saved. Let's keep believing. Let's keep testifying to the goodness of God to the very end, because you never know who is going to have a miraculous turnaround